The Jenn Royster Show, intuitive guidance to inspire your life, is an inspirational hour that'll take you on an epic metaphysical journey to discover the spiritual approach to life's greatest challenges. Dr. Jenn Royster is an internationally known intuitive counselor, spiritual teacher, and energy healer. Imagine having the ability to use your innate positive energy to dissolve the stuckness in your life, whether it's emotional, physical, or spiritual, through this incredible dynamic show. Get ready to be transformed from Dr. Jenn's live guided healing meditations and intuitive readings, and unveil the power of connecting to spirit, the angels, and your higher self. Dr. Jenn is passionate about helping you find the answers you're looking for through an inward journey that'll strengthen your connection to spirit and help you trust your intuition. Now, here's your host, Dr. Jenn Royster.
Hello everyone, welcome to the show. I'm Dr. Jenn, and it is good to be back with you today. Today we're going to look and focus on the upcoming Cancer season in astrology with Archangel Gabriel. Gabriel is known to be the overseer of people born under the sign of Cancer in astrology, and also just the Cancer season. So we worked with Gabriel a few weeks ago as well for Gemini season, and they kind of overlap a little bit, but this one is for Cancer season, which begins right around the solstice in June, mid-June, June 2021, and then goes into July, so they kind of overlap the months that way. So Gabriel, that name means strength of God. And in a season when we come into the sign of Cancer, it's a water sign in astrology, and it's a sensitive sign. It can have a lot of heartfelt emotions, and sometimes we just need some sympathy, we need some compassion to work and balance those out. And so if you are born under that sign, or if that's your rising sign, and that would be something you would need to know, you can find that out in your chart. I wouldn't be able to tell you that in this show, but you would want to look at that. What I'm going to do is tell you a little bit about this angel and how this angel can work with you during this time. This is a time for high vibrational healing, so it's really worth your effort, especially if there's a lot of sensitivity, and the heart chakra is very involved here, and that's where we process all our emotions. That is one of the strongest centers. They say that's really your heart passions, your true self. Everything would come from what's coming from your heartfelt, desires and feelings and everything, even the pain and things that you're healing from. So this one is pretty interesting, and really pinpointing that with compassion, acknowledging and realizing that we have positive emotions, we have negative emotions, they go up and down, and cutting yourself some slack when you're processing and healing from something. Some of it's painful. That is the way the human spirit lives here sometimes. And I know it can be hurting, and at the same time, we can learn so much from those pains. So when I say that it's not always easy to stay positive, and I acknowledge that. I know that sometimes it's very hard to stay positive, and although we work with law of attraction and we aim to be positive, we always have that hope that, you know what, I'm feeling one of them off days, but I can get back on track. And Gabriel is wonderful for this because he gives you that strength. If you were to work with the energy of this angel in those days that I just don't have it in me anymore, that type of feeling, you find that strength. He just illuminates that strength to you and gives you that hope and encouragement. He also is great with creatives. He's great with communication, obviously. All the angels are messengers, really. But we're going to work with this one because the season for Cancer this year in particular, we're going to go over that, and then we'll go over each sign in the zodiac. So if you're a Taurus, an Aries, a Pisces, what does that mean with this energy for you as well? And especially if you were born under this sign. So, but it's not just those, because usually these signs are in your chart somewhere. And if you didn't know, for years and years, probably thousands of years, angels And some people don't like to hear this, but it's the truth that from what I've seen, angels and astrology have been associated and connected for thousands of years, for a long time. So in this one, we're looking at Angel Gabriel. Archangel Gabriel oversees the Cancer season and those born under that sign. Each month has one. We're going to focus on this particular season and Gabriel for this show. So I wrote an affirmation for this particular show that is just going to sum it right up for you. If this is something you're really feeling, I am compassionate and acknowledge all my emotions. I open my heart to healing in every way. That is the affirmation for this show. And so if you're working with that, that will be helpful if you want to take note of that. I've got it in the description of the show. It's over on the website, things like that, where I post everything. So if you get my newsletter, you would have gotten it that way too. So a little bit about this angel, Archangel Gabriel. The name means strength of God. Strength of God. I mean, just think about it. The strength of God is unlimited. So when you need, I just need a little more. Gabriel, okay? Remember, Michael is, if there's fear getting in the way, and you can work with, a lot of times we're working with Michael all the time to get past all that stuff we experience here. But when you really need that extra strength to keep going the extra mile, to finish the race, so to speak, Archangel Gabriel is a great one to call on. He likes the color orange. Orange is a color as well for the second chakra, so that's associated with a lot of the creative, new ideas, new beginnings, projects that are underway, anything brand new. That color orange represents vitality and energy and stamina for things. Let's see. Those that would need sympathy, or you just need compassion for yourself. I mean, think about it. I love the quote that Dalai Lama has said that, if you want the world to be happy, be compassionate. If you want to be happy, be compassionate. So that means be compassionate with yourself as well as others. And I really like that one. So I put that one out there on the post photograph today. So if you need balancing of emotions, this is where it could be highlighted during the month. So now a little bit about why is the zodiac sign associated with the crab. The Cancer sign is associated with the crab. It's because the crab has that hard outer shell. It can be tough, it can be abrupt, but then there's that inside that's just so gentle and tender and heartwarming. It protects that soft, heartfelt sensitivity that it has from the inside. So, I mean, it can come down hard on you and aggressive and fight back, because think about how you feel about your home, your family. It's very associated with that. So whenever you're looking up at that constellation of Cancer in the sky and you're entering it, you want to be remembering about those you love. I mean, the loyalty, the commitments that you've made, the compassion for those you love. And sometimes we have to hold this brave front to protect them. You feel that way, but you have to have that strength in your heart too. So that's why the crab is a really good symbol for the sign of Cancer. And it's not if you think about it, it's not the biggest, largest, most dangerous anything in the sea. It's just an animal or a creature that has that hard outer shell that protects that sensitive side. And that's what it's about. So if you feel like you're not big enough or not strong enough or not worthy enough to handle what's happening to you or what's unfolding in your life, this is a great time to work with Gabriel during the Cancer season to just finally disconnect from those fears. Just say, enough's enough. I'm not going to live like that anymore. About the insecurities, about feeling inadequate, This is like a great self-love practice here. Because the crab brings strength and fierceness from the physical body, it's not, it's coming from protecting that heart and that knowledge, that inner side. So there's that shell thing again. So if we have a heart that's expanding and we want to connect with that love and we want that love to surround us, that compassion has to be for ourselves and for others, we're able to find that courage. We're able to find the compassion we need and the strength we need. Gabriel can help with that. Remember, the strength of God is what his name means. So if we're able to stand up for ourselves and our loved ones, then okay, now we're being proactive in the life that we desire. So it's a big deal. It is a sensitive sign. It's a water sign. So if you have that sign as your sun sign, or you were born under that sign, or if it's your rising sign, you want to look at that too. Those two are very significant in astrology when you're looking at things. And we look at that as a tool to discover and help us with our self-improvement. I mean, that's what it is. You're looking for, what can I do? What can I ask myself? How can I go inward and grow? Now, because this has opportunity here for high vibrational healing, lifting that frequency from inside, that's very powerful. Energy healing written all over that, and you're empowering it within yourself, because everybody can do it. It's just if you choose to or not to. So let's look at the season of Cancer. So it starts with the summer solstice. Okay, it starts with, around June 21st. So it's a high energy point in the year, very high. That sound will go away in a minute. I don't know what it is. I guess this is when they cut the grass every Thursday at 11. But they'll be done in a minute. So if you hear that little buzz, that's just him going by the window. So this is a high energy point, okay, of the year when we get to this area. The veil is thinner between our world and other dimensions. Healing is stronger working with earth and nature, things like that. And it's about connecting with that compassion, connecting with heartfelt energies. That's what this season brings. It has a sensitive side to it. If some of you were feeling that a little bit with that supermoon we just had on the 14th, that was in Sagittarius, which is, we're kind of going through what we can learn and do better. You may have felt that. You may have felt a little bit confused in some areas where it felt foggy, and that's just those alignments of some of those energies, but they're to help you reflect and maybe go over your notes again for life, like what you're wanting to do in your chapter. It phases in and out, so you can find a clarity in that. So you might have been feeling that a little bit. Now, this is a busy one this year. The Cancer season for 2022 is a busy one, so let's go into that. I wanted to give you a little bit of overview about why we're looking at this. So it has a Cancer new moon. It has a Neptune retrograde, which is a very spiritual awakening type of sign here. We have Chiron retrograde. Now that's the one that's the wounded healer, that goes deeper. And we also have a second super moon that will be in Capricorn, and that starts to open up a little bit later. So if we also have, that's the opening of the gateway for Sirius. So that's a spiritual sun. That's considered a spiritual sun. So that's all kind of starting and working and opening up in this season. So another alignment that's during the Cancer season for 2022 is Uranus on the North Node is what it's called. Like, what is that? Okay. This is slow moving energy. So it peaks at the end of July, and this will continue into August. So that combination of energy is rare, and it can be the part that can make you feel like you're not quite settled. Not to be alarmed by that, because it can also trigger very powerful spiritual awakenings. And if this is your very first spiritual awakening, you're like, whoa, my world feels like it's upside down. Yes, because spiritual awakenings are amazing, and at the same time we become better versions of ourselves through it. However, some of it feels challenging when you're first going through that, or you might be leveling up. You've already been through one. You may have been through several. We go through different phases and cycles of that, and you may feel that you're going through another one, like everything I used to love is different now, or the things I used to like to do, or I don't know, it just feels different. Things aren't working the way they used to because it's time to change. That's a very strong symbol for you, or message that it's time to change something up. Maybe it's time to bring on new routines and habits and activities and hobbies, and just align with where you are today, because we're ever evolving. If you've been through any kind of spiritual awakening in the last 20, 30 years, you do not feel like the same person you were then. You can't possibly. If you were truly working with it and growing, you probably don't even recognize that person anymore, because that's how much you've evolved. So when you feel like, oh my gosh, I don't know, I feel like this is just kicking me everywhere, remember how far you've come. Look back and remember, wait, I have done a lot of growth. I have really gotten there. I can do this. You need to move through that, and you'll see that. So now, if these are influencing your zodiac sign at all, I'm going to go through each of these signs now, starting with Aries. And you just listen up. So if you know your sun sign and your rising sign, listen for both and just make your own personal notes. If you don't resonate with any of it, then okay. We don't know where you are in that phase of life with that. It doesn't matter. This is really for, anyone that is interested in going deeper from an astrology point of view and working with Archangel Gabriel. Remember, strength of God. Archangel Gabriel is a focus here with settling these emotions, balancing, going to those heartfelt places that trigger awakenings and healing on a really deep level. So there you go. So sometimes you just need that strength to go there because it's the big stuff, okay? And sometimes it might be the little stuff, so it's okay. So you're looking for how it particularly resonates with you. Some of it will, some of it won't. Take what works, leave the rest behind. That's the way it is, because we're given a general here for everybody. Everybody's got different unique charts and different rising signs. So just keep that in mind. So let me start with Aries. Aries, there's a lot of concentrated energy here at the beginning of the Cancer season. So if you're able to channel this, if you're able to process it and work with this energy, you might feel super energized. You might actually feel the opposite. You might feel a little bit depleted. So if you feel depleted, make sure you're doing some self-care to rejuvenate. So this is a time where the planets in your sign, they're concentrating, being sent your way to, really get things moving. Productively, you're going to be very successful if you're looking at your self-care. Plenty of rest, eating right, making sure you have a balance physically in your life. That's going to be important for you, because you're going to have this to-do list and you're going to feel this urge to complete it, but you're going to feel like you don't have enough energy to do it. Remember, ask Gabriel to help you out, but also make sure you're being proactive about what you need to balance out. You might need to take a little bit more rest to be able to complete the list. Let me put it that way. So this one, when you get to the moon, the full moon on the July 13th time frame, that one might trigger some unresolved things that need to be dealt with. Full moons are about releasing. So if you feel a little heavy at that time, give that some time to really tap into that so you can heal with that and let it go. This isn't a time for you to put things under the rug or ignore it. This would be a time during that full moon to, you know what, let's resolve this. Let's accept this is how we feel about something, and let's move on. So some of this is going to be an accepting of the way things have played out, and some of it will be, okay, let's do this. here's the thing. There'll be good and there'll be what you would consider positives and negatives, because those challenges, they're just helping you to refine it. It's not to, hurt you. The universe isn't out there to hurt everybody. It's just more, like, let's kick it in gear. Let's make it better. So if we took that attitude with any of these things that I'm going to be sharing with everybody, just know this is how it can work. You just want to pay attention and balance. So yours will be more of a physical rest, eating, exercise, making sure that energy that you feel so bottled up is processing through balanced to get your to-do list completed. That's it in a nutshell for Aries. Taurus. One of the key events for Taurus would be where the Uranus and the North Node are coming in, which are in the sign. So that is a point of karma. And that is where we unlock our highest destiny. So that's going to take you into that category and realm. If you've been feeling like unsteady, you're not sure which way to go, you seem like you're all over the place, spinning in circles, this alignment can help trigger an effort to keep things moving along. It can help you with that area. So that's where a Taurus might feel it. And even though you feel like you're in this middle of not getting anywhere, and it's the unknown, you're probably growing the most, because believe it or not, that's when we do grow. We grow and find our strength when we're in the unknown, believe it or not. You got to get out of that box sometimes. Taurus is like their comfort, so you might feel it that way a little bit. Whenever we're in this state of I don't know which way to go feeling, that's kind of a state of confusion, this is when we can grow. This is when we can ground in and anchor in and really know what we want. So look at this positively when that, you might feel it that way. I want everybody to know that this may or may not happen at all if you're any of these signs. This is just an overall general consensus from astrology. So if you're feeling a little overwhelmed with that uncertainty, this is the Capricorn super full moon on July 13 will really help bring you some stability. That one will help you. So we're all going to have this opportunity here really on that full moon in July to just, okay, this is where we are. So this little bit of time here is where it's happening. So that we just had July 13th, sorry, we added June. So this is where we want to find that stability. That's in July 13th supermoon. So that's 2 supermoons in a row. Remember, we just had one. So Capricorn is a fellow earth sign. You're an earth sign. Tauruses are earth signs. So that's on your side. That Capricorn energy is grounding, stability, structure, getting organized, which Taurus likes. Taurus likes, okay, yeah, that feels steady now. That feels like I'm on solid ground. That will help you. So that's going to be a positive. So when you come out on the other side, you're going to be in a much better place. You're going to feel like, yeah, that was a weird feeling of balancing where I was with that. Oh, my heartfelt deep stuff. But now you know where you're going and where you want to be. So Gemini, let's go to Gemini. Gemini, this one, whenever the sun is leaving your area, which we're coming out of Gemini now, that's like, you might feel like your energy has slowed down a little bit. But because when it's in your corner, you have this energy boost, okay? So you just had that energy boost. But now it might feel like it's slowing down. So it's not an absence, but it might feel a little bit like something's missing. It's just temporary. It's just you're feeling that energy shift into a different sign. So this can be very short-lived. And so just don't worry about that. Venus is entering your sign. That's pretty cool. So Venus heightens magnetism, boosts all of that attractiveness and your creative inspiration. So you're going to feel it that way. You might feel in the first part of the Cancer season, it's a perfect time for self-care, making some appointments, getting a haircut, something like that. You might feel a creative project really starting to pop up. and you really want to get to that, you want to use this energy of the Cancer new moon on the 28th of June, which is in a couple weeks here now. That one is going to be coupled with the energy of Venus. So that'll be on your side. That'll really work in your favor. This inspiration will keep following you into early July. So once you get into July, that's when you're going to really feel that creative spark. You're going to feel like, okay, I can't stop writing, I can't stop creating, I can't stop. You're just going to feel like you're on your project. That's a Gemini for you. So Gemini has some energy coming after you feel it slow down. Then there's going to be a little bit of a supercharge. If you are born in the sign of Cancer, or it's your rising sign, remember that. This is a happy birthday season for you, right? So having this sun in your corner can give you a boost of energy and put a little boost, put a little spring, put a little positive in your step, get you motivated. This is especially true if your birthday is within that June 21st date. If you're a few days before or after that date, you might really feel it a little bit more. So as Cancer, you're going to benefit spending time in nature. You want to enjoy your natural surroundings. Mother Earth, think about that connection with Earth. Setting your intentions to align with the energy of Earth will be very helpful. This is a water sign, remember, so you're probably, more than likely, naturally sensitive anyway, so you're going to feel more connected with energies around you. You're going to feel like you're picking up energies all over the place. So if it feels heavy, this is definitely the one that can help you reset and help you practice letting heavier energies come through. You might want to acknowledge, okay, I feel that, I'm experiencing that, and now I'm going to let it pass through to move forward. So you might feel a little bit of both. You might feel them from other people. Remember to keep your balance in check there. Take your breaks when you need to. If there's something you want to do, if there's a new project, if you want to start something brand new, the new moon coming on June 28th will help give you a little boost of energy for that. So you're going to peak though in July. So because Sirius is coming into activation here with that solstice, that's a spiritual sun, and that can help reboost and recharge you. That can really wake up intuition, creativity, basically your psychic sense. You're going to just really connect. You're going to feel that. It'll be easier. If your birthday falls in the first few days of July, you might really feel that energy a little bit more. So use it to your advantage. Look at this. If you feel a heavier one, acknowledge it, have compassion, and remember, we're working to balance the emotions. Gabriel is right there. You just ask him, hey, can you help me with this energy I'm feeling? And remember, strength of God, so you can find your way through this. Sometimes it just feels a little muddy. So sometimes it just feels like you need that clarity, and you're waiting for that clarity, and you may have it within a few days and you may not. It's kind of like going with that flow, letting the universe take you on that wave and going with it instead of fighting against it and trying to control it. That's a big one. This is more of a universal energy. So that's about that Uranus and North Node for you as well. So if you're already having a sense of, I'm not sure, I don't know, I'm feeling a little insecure, I'm not sure if I have that confidence with that, this may be triggered for you to actually find a way to be motivated to create the stability that you need. So all of these things are actually here to help us. So keep that in mind. I know a lot going on here, and I'm moving so I can get through all the signs. So now we're at Leo. Now, as a Leo, this is the last stage of the solar energy. So this one, when the sun moves into your sign next, which will be the next one after Cancer, this kickstarts a brand new solar cycle in your life. So you're wrapping up a previous solar cycle. So you may start to see things coming to a point where, okay, it's finalizing. You might see things that you need to revisit from the past and tie up loose ends. You might see some finalizing energy going on here. All good, all good. You might be ready for good news that you don't have to have any retrograde planets in your way. You know, that's going to be good. Neptune enters retrograde on June 28, so that won't affect a Leo getting things done. That's not going to affect you at all. It may even help you. So I thought that was interesting. So very unique, different. Neptune retrograde exposes illusions that take place or deceitfulness. It also does that because we don't want to be, you know, gullible to that. We want to make sure we know what we're connecting. It's a very spiritual dimension type of sign, but it also is about the illusions and having discernment and having a clear, decisive knowing, and trusting your intuition is super important in that. If it doesn't feel right for you, move on. The universe is not upset when you change your mind or you're not ready for that. Absolutely not. It's just these are opportunities that you can find and work with this energy. So if it's feeling foggy or confusing, the Neptune retrograde could actually bring clarity for you. The Capricorn full moon on July 13, that might feel a little heavy for you because you're fiery, go get it and speak out and go. Front and center type of energy, but it's a good point to ground and bring yourself back into balance. That would be a good time for you as well. So what I'm seeing here is a pattern of this is going to be a really good supermoon on July 13th. It's really going to help all of us, honestly. If you need a break or a vacation, this energy would be a good time to do that. It might be a great time for you to just go, you know what? I need to recharge. It's time for me to recharge. That's very healing to allow yourself to recharge and take a break. It's important. I got to do it too. We all have to do it. So think about that for the Leos. Now we're on to Virgo. Virgo always blends pretty good with Cancer season energy. So this one will probably feel more harmonious for you, a little bit less challenging. If you're feeling tired from everything being so busy in the last few months, it's a good time to regroup and create more balance for you as well. The Capricorn super full moon on July 13 is especially helpful in supporting you to allow you to feel more grounded and just to let go. Put the steps in place so you can create a schedule that feels better for you. Just you know, connecting and feeling better about where you are and how it's working for you. Just lining it up in a more efficient way. The new moon on the June 28th, that's going to be about relationships for you. That's going to highlight things like that. So if there's been confusion, illusion, you're not sure, that should be clearing up some of that. You might find some clarity with that new moon. That should help you with those types of things. If you have, if there's been any deceits, if there's been any manipulation or anything like that with relationships, this new moon could bring an awareness to you so you see things clearly. That's just if this is relating to your personal experience. This may not apply to everybody. Remember that. It may not apply at all. So if there's, even though a truth is hard to hear sometimes, you know, we're just going to be ready to hear it. We need to. We know we need to make good decisions. We need to have good decisions for ourselves. We need to have discernment and know what we can trust and not trust. So avoiding the truth is sometimes that fear that's getting in the way and we're staying in something that may not work. So just keep that in mind. If you're ready for something that's a little bit deeper in relationships, this will help you get there. So if you are clearing away heavy or stuck energy, spending time near water would be helpful for you if you like the beach, the cleansing baths, you know, just taking that break to refresh. And every time you're like in a shower or something, just think about how it's all just washing away all of that weight and heaviness because you're clearing your energy to align with something that's better for you. So keep that in mind. Remember, drinking water is going to be helpful as well. So now we're moving on to Libra. Libra, this is a sign that really likes things to be in balance. Remember, that's associated with the balance scales. That sign has the balancing scales. So if you're under this sign, it might be calling you to do a personal self-check, making sure that you don't have any imbalances. Double checking to make sure that you're not draining your energy on something. Where are you putting all your energy? Is it working for you? The last few months have brought a lot of change for you as well. So now it might be starting to sink in and you're really thinking, yeah, I really do need to change something up here. This is going to be important for you, recharging batteries, taking a break. You want to spend time near water as well. You might want to... You're going to be really focused on bringing some balance to your life and focusing in those heart-centered choices that you want. So if the new moon that comes on June 28th is stirring that up for you, you might want to bring attention to family life and your personal life, your intimate relationships, you know, just close-knit home, your home life. Is it feeling the way you want it to do? You know, where do you want that to go? What do you need to do to balance it? Things like that. Sometimes we just need to take this break and pull back so we can see things clearly. The Capricorn moon for you, the super moon on the 13th of July, that brings in strong energy to support your career. It also brings you into a direction to where, okay, I'm staying here, but I'm going to improve this, or I'm changing jobs, or you might feel a big transition there. So all of this is to help you figure it out and where you want to be. Remember, there's free will. Everybody chooses what we want to do or not do. So just know we're all in general looking for this balancing, heartfelt connection. We're also looking for whatever you might be feeling individually to, I need to make a different choice, I need to let that go, you know, that kind of thing. It's been important. That's been a theme here for a good several months, honestly. It feels like the last couple of years we've just been in this transformation, and we still are. Oh yes, we still are. And the things that are happening and the things that challenge you, remember, strength of God with Gabriel, strength of God, because there's a better person there that's trying to break out, and you are always working to improve and evolve yourself. That's where this is. So let's go to Scorpio. We have a couple more here. Scorpios work hard. They focus on inner growth anyway. That's just their nature. And so the recent blood moon eclipse, that was probably challenging for a Scorpio. If it was for you, that was a lot of change, transformative energies that may have come into your life. So whatever was unfolding there, it's part of a bigger picture here. And so you're looking for that clarity so you can come through the cycle a better version of you as well. So that one is moving you through the Cancer season with lightness, you know, like just lightening it up, lightening it up. Sometimes we have to just lighten up and not take every little thing so seriously, because the Scorpios go really deep, man. They really like to do that. That's a natural energy for them. So sometimes it's so serious we forget to have some fun. So spending time with friends, family, taking a break, having a little retreat, having some fun is going to be very helpful for the Scorpio, believe it or not, because they work at this all the time. They don't avoid it. They just go there. But sometimes we just need to recharge. So that's that one. Also, changing energy could be flowing in. So it might be that the Capricorn energy might be working with you, you know, grounding you with earth energies. So the first few days of July, that Sirius gateway, again, that's the spiritual sun. That can heighten intuition for everyone, really, but you might feel it more. You might feel this real connection with other dimensions, spirit guides, angels. You know, you might feel that connection coming in more. So a Scorpio has a natural ability for that anyway, because that's just what they're about. It's a deeper, they're spiritually connected that way. Most of the time, a Scorpio is. So if you feel that you've already been receiving messages or you're getting something from a loved one, you might feel that these energies are a little stronger right now. So simply just set the intention and ask for a clear message, and then pay attention to see how it comes in. Grounding and being in nature is going to be very helpful for a Scorpio as well. Sagittarius, this season could be calming down your fire in the spirit you have. So it'll help bring calmness to you. Releasing trying to control everything so much. I know, the way that was like, oh, okay. Surrender is going to be the key word for a Sagittarius. Yes, Sagittarius, that's a key word for you. You're just like, I don't need to control it all. I just need to go with that flow a little bit more. So if your energy's been running high, you might find that it's going to calm down and soften a little bit. It will help you recharge your system, your whole being, your nervous system, your energy field. Just let it recharge you. Just allow these breaks. When they say it's time to take a break, honestly, I don't play around with that with the universe. When they say it's time to take a break, and they're unexpected for me sometimes. But you know what? When they say, no, you need to take a break, why would we argue with that? Why would we argue with that? So I don't anymore. And I've noticed that it makes a big difference. You want to focus on, so the Sagittarius is working to focus on, what am I trying to control so much that I need to just leave alone? It's not for me to control. There may be areas or things in life. So Cancer being that water sign, this energy can help you move that and go with the flow. If you think about the water, the flowing water, if you were to allow that to move, it's kind of a great visual for letting things go that we need to let go of. So the Sirius gateway, the spiritual sun activating, brings a spiritual mental energy your way as well. So for everybody I'm seeing, pretty much we're going to have this thinning veil with that gateway opening up. And then you have this opportunity to connect and really practice that intuition and your skills of connecting with higher dimensions. Because of that, that helps us with higher vibrational healing. We have to stop getting in our own way sometimes. I mean, it just happens. We all do it. It's just, sometimes we just feel like, no, I got to hang on, when absolute opposite is the best. And I don't need to hang on to that anymore. And going with that flow. So this Cancer season, being sensitive, watery, heartfelt, is there a fear that you're hanging on to because you're afraid if you let go what will happen? It's that kind of thing. So you want to look for that support that way, because this is melting away that tension and that need to just try to control everything, really. So now we're going to go to Capricorn. Capricorn is resting opposite of your sign on the wheel right now. So that means it's a special time. It's the opposite for you. So that means this brings energies that are closely intertwined. So Capricorn, Cancer, they're kind of intertwined for you. It channels this external part of life and relationships, but it also helps you go inside deeper. This is where your focus might turn. You might find that your inside world, your outside world need a little bit of refreshment there. Like, I'm focusing here on the outside world, but my inside world. And so you're working to just balance those out. You're going to listen to both. So you're looking where your focus might turn there. And then when you see the outside and what's happening on the inside, and if they match or they're working against each other, that's what you're working to balance. So priorities are going to be important. We might need to change them up. We might need to let some of them go. We might need to write a list. Whatever it is for you. So this also is a little bit of a hard work. It might feel like a challenge, but at the same time, it will really help you move into a place that's more balanced and aligned, so your inner and outer world are working harmoniously together. So look at it this way. This is a good one for you. This is about surrounding yourself with people, with things, with activities that feel heartfelt, that feel good to you. Because guess what? We can all do that. We all deserve that. Aquarius, we're almost there, guys. We're almost there. Aquarius, and then I'm going to go over to the live chat. So Aquarius, last few years have been a challenge for Aquarius, because Saturn's been touring through your sign, and you know Saturn is the stern teacher with the lessons and challenges. But you've been feeling like it's work, it's working, it's strong, but this one is giving you that responsibility for our lives, and you're getting stronger by the minute. Talk about strength of God. You know, Gabriel's giving some kudos here, like, yes, you've been working it. So you're looking to find those boundaries that trigger things that aren't positive for you, which ones need to go. You might want to have Saturn bring through some background in your life that, you know, you can balance and reset, so your opportunities start to flow back in. This is a masculine energy, feminine energy within yourself that might be feeling like they're at battle or at odds. So that's where you're working to, like, no. Yeah, we're going to work together. One's not better than the other. Okay, one's not better than the other. It's working together. So this energy brings in and softens things. If you've been feeling real masculine and going and feeling like you just got to be this brick wall and strength and strong, this softens it to bring the nurturing in, and we want to allow that nurturing for balance. We want to feel that compassion. We want to feel that intuition kicking in. That creative energy is also very strong and powerful. Sometimes we don't see it that way. We feel like, no, that's not strong, that's the weaker. No, they're very strong in their own way. We just need to see it. Sometimes we just need to allow it in. So if you're finding that you're stepping into balancing that, it will be activating for you and triggering your intuition as well. You may want to work on that time of restoration. You might want to see which way you want to go with this. You might want to find out, wow, I'm really connected to all of it, and I've got it going on here. You're going, whoa, right? Look at your way you approach life. Is it with a masculine approach or a feminine approach? Remember, 50-50 balanced is where you're going to feel your inner and outer world coming together. That's going to be a little bit of a key for the Aquarius there. Pisces, last one, Pisces. Pisces is a water sign just like Cancer is. So this one is really flowing in harmony with your soul. This one will feel like, yes, it's a very spiritual one for you. Neptune ruling that planet enters retrograde, so you're going to feel this as a positive and very connected when that veil thins, and very spiritually aligned, and you know, you'll feel like it's just easier. You're feeling that. This is a natural place for you to be, because Pisces are naturally that way. This can heighten your creativity. This will allow you to see a higher and deeper truth. Things that felt foggy and confusing, now they're starting to clear up for you, or the deceptions and the illusions will be exposed to you, and you'll see what they were. So you want to pay attention to news and things like that under the new moon around June 28th. Because when Neptune goes retrograde on that same day, that's an awakening moment. That's where it might feel heavy, but then that's also a signal to you, ooh, it's time for me to do some self-care and rest, and then you'll be fine. You'll come through it. This is going to be a time where you might feel more sensitive to things, but that's because that spiritual side of you is just so heightened with these energies. And when we realize, like, these things come and go, it's not like every day it's always that way. Sometimes they just are stronger, and you just take the most out of the energies that are coming through. And remember, the water signs flow. Let it flow, as you're naturally intuitive anyway. You just want to know that you're connecting and you're in line with who you truly are here as well. So you're looking for signs of, you know, that connection. You're just going to be craving that connection, really. It's from what I'm seeing. So the two water signs going together, that'll be a strong spiritual one for you guys. Now, that's all of the signs kind of individually. Now remember, we're talking about things here that may or may not resonate with you. That's okay. Some of it might. And if you were hearing something about a different sign, that might have been your rising sign. Remember, listen to the rising and your solar sign. That would be when you were born, your sun sign. Rising sign is your ascendant sign. What was rising over the horizon at the time. You find that out in your own charts. So those two signs are pretty significant. When you really want to get a good picture of yourself, if you really had to go to just two signs, those are the two you want to look at because they're pretty powerful. So let me go and say hello to everyone that has joined in the chat. Hello guys, how are we? Oh my goodness, hello, hello. Let's see who we got here. We've got Belinda and Maddie and Candace, hello, hello. Let's see, Michelle, hello. Shadana, Journey to Becoming Me, hello. We are grateful for all of you too, and thank you so much for the support, Journey to Becoming Me. You guys really don't have any idea how much that means to me because I'm not asking for it, but people that are just so generous in giving and helping to support the show really means a lot, because that's how we're doing it here. It helps me keep bringing this to you, and it just makes me want to keep doing more because I just really appreciate each and every one of you. I feel like we're a family that shows up here all the time, and I just love it. So let me see here what we have. So she's asking, any specific guidance on how to remain on my spiritual path from the angels? So let me go there. Let's switch gears and go get my paint pad out, because that's fun, right? And that always works. So hang on, let me switch over. All right. Okay. Hello. There we go. Okay. So let's see. This is Journey to Becoming Me asking. So let me go here. Wait, let me read that again. Any specific guidance, spiritual path from the angels? Okay. What I'm picking up. Got to get the color. I go with the colors. First, I'm picking up. You know what? Okay. It's more of a lavender. Let me get this brush. Okay. So the lavender is a color. It's kind of like a mixture of red and pink. Lavender colors, and what I'm feeling is, okay, I got to hold pen different. Oh, it's coming up. So there's this base that you've always worked from. Okay, this base you've always worked from. This is new branches of growth. So it looks like I'm creating a plant here. I know. Guys, if this is your first time seeing this, this is not masterpiece art. We're just working with energy. So here we go. This color, happiness is pink. Happiness is pink. This is coming from angels. I'm feeling a guardian angel here, very strong. Happiness is pink. The red is more an aggressive go-getter color. Okay, it can sometimes have a shadow of anger and stuff like that. But because they had me pick this combination, it really is resonating with the masculine feminine for you. I feel like you're working to plant new seeds of balance. New seeds of balance. Because they had me pick this color, I find that really interesting because you're looking to bring that 50-50 in. One side was stronger than the other, and it felt like maybe you went more masculine than pink or than feminine. But what you want is both, because that creativity, that new idea, that new beginning, that setting a new path for our new direction, that all comes from, the nurturing side. We have to nurture our ideas. Think about when you plant a seed. What do? You water it, you feed it, you take care of it, you nurture it. So it might be why we're bringing this in. And now they want me to come in, and I'm picking a different color here. Hang on. So now it wants me to bring in the lighter. That's too pale for me. Okay. So it brings in a lighter. Okay. I'm getting the impression it was a little more lopsided on the masculine energy for you, and they want you to bring in a little bit more of that feminine energy, and then you will have a flourishing new chapter in life. Well, that was interesting. Looks like a scribbly mess, but we're painting energy here. So it's like you're close. You weren't 100% masculine with this energy. This is energy within inside of us, because everybody's got both, okay? And it's not about somebody else. It's about what's inside you. It's about your energy being 50-50 balanced. It felt like you weren't completely that way, but you weren't. They're telling me you need a little bit more of that softer, nurturing side. That it's okay to go with the flow. It's okay to take a break. It's okay to not have it all figured out right now. You're going to be fine. And that's what I'm picking up. And the guardian angels I see two now. I see two angels. I saw one, now I see two. And of course I'm seeing one of each in a masculine form and a feminine form. And they're merging. Okay, yeah. I think they're showing me and confirming to me that that's what I'm picking up. What I'm curious is any of that making sense to you? Because that, it is accurate. Okay. And it's not about, mothering anybody else. This is about a personal journey for you is what I'm picking up. It's very personal. It's more nurturing you, accepting the side of you that wants to be softer and tender and nurture things in life. It's not a weak side. For some reason, there might have been a belief set that isn't really helping anymore, that you thought that was a weaker side of you. Absolutely not. I mean, some people think their feminine side's stronger than the other. No, there's not one side stronger than the other. We need both. And sometimes we have a tendency to have one side more than the other, depending on what we're going through in life. And here's the beautiful part of that. Sometimes our masculine side of our energy has to step up and protect the family and take care of things and just get it done, okay? And then there's other times where our feminine side needs to come in and really nurture something new, get something established, a fresh new start. That's what I'm feeling. I'm picking that up really strong for you. You don't have to go all the way that way. You just need to bring a little bit more of that in. That's what I'm picking up. How cool is that? I never know what's going to happen with these, but that's so neat. A lotus flower, it does. It's something. It's scribbly, yeah, that's for sure. But anyway, we're going to go. I know we're doing these real quick sketches, and we're just using this for fun because I'm trying to show you the energy I'm seeing. So if I was to try to make it all perfect and draw it really perfect, it would take hours to do that. So let's do another one. Is anybody up for sure? Let's see. Let me see what she's replying to here. I can be very soft in nurturing others, but for years had not been able to provide the same for myself. Well, they're kind of giving you a reminder that it's time for you to do that. This energy of this Cancer season is going to be very helpful for you in that. So, because this is about that. This is about feeling it and getting into that. So, yep, absolutely. Absolutely. So let's see here. You are very welcome. Let's see, I can feel their love around me, and it's okay to love myself. Absolutely. Because guess what? When we love ourselves, we're loving, that's what we can give someone else. Because you can only give someone else what you have inside of you, right? So I've got maybe time for one more. Let me see what we have here. Is there any other ones? Because it's almost noon here already. Let's see. I'm trying to scroll through here. Emotional healing. All right, hang on, Maddie. Let me go back up and read. It's been a very emotional couple of weeks, acknowledging where I've been holding myself back and the negative programming, creating patterns I need to break so I can move forward in life. Oh, okay. You are feeling this moon very, very strong. I can see that. You're feeling it very, very strong. This is one of those times that feels like, oh my gosh, it feels heavy. But I want to remind you, where are we going with this one? Okay, we're going with, let me go there. Okay, This energy is feeling heavy. It's coming in, it's blue, but with a little bit of purple. Because the energy, and I'm going into this shape again. What, they like this shape today. So here's this one. It's also wanting me to do a circle. Because you have all of this heaviness that you're trying to get rid of, and that's what yours is really representing, something different here. This color is like a deep blue purple. Purple's a very spiritual color. At the same time, the blue feels heavy, the sad, the emotions, because you're bursting out all of this purging. You're purging. We are purging a lot. The circle is saying protect your heart, protect your inner side. The Cancer sign, remember the crab, protect that you're purging right now. You don't need to have it figured out. They're saying you need to take a break from trying to figure it out at this moment, in this second. I know that you want to know that, but that's what I'm getting for you right now is I need to just lighten up. I need to stop trying to figure it out so hard. It's almost like it's trying to figure it out so hard that you can't see because you're so focused on trying to figure it out, where if you went with the flow, and I know it's not natural for you because you're a go-getter. This is going to help you practice. I don't need to control it. I just need to allow it. I need to let it flow. You need to give yourself a little bit of time for just the clearing part and the restoration part. There's a restoring your energy to align with what you're trying to do here. Trying to figure out all that business stuff when you're in a state like this usually just makes you feel like you're spinning in circles. It's better to take care of the priority here, allow that purging to happen, okay? Allow the purging to happen, and now they're taking me to a different color for you. It's a lighter green. The green, I want you to think of this circle here. Let me see if I can. This circle needs to be the healing energy. This green is representing the healing energy. I know, lots of scribble, right? The circle is a circle of protection in sacred geometry. You're protecting your area here, focusing on, I'm allowing this stuff out and filling it with healing energy. That's really where you are right now and today. To try to figure out all the other stuff is causing an overwhelm in your system. So we need to just purge. You may be reflecting back and having some of this energy. I went through so many different signs there, but it feels like you're coming through reflecting back, and old injuries are popping up a little bit that you're feeling a little raw, or something may have triggered it in what you're trying to do now. So that needs to just purge and heal, okay? So don't be so hard on yourself. Give yourself some compassion that you're processing and you need this time. So I'm not saying it's going to be forever, but just allow it one day at a time and just ease into it. Cut yourself a break. You work really, really hard to the point where you never stop thinking about it. So I'm hoping that made sense. What a mess. I look at these pictures and I go, oh my goodness. But it's what you need. It's truly what you need right now. You do feel like you're spinning? Okay, I gotcha. Now for anybody, I'm going to go quick because we're already past time. For anybody feeling this financial stress right now out there, I want everybody to know that money, if you think about it, it's another form of energy, okay? And sometimes if we keep focusing and we're fearing the future, we're not in our now to process where we're going. And so right now is when we have that ability to make decisions. Some of us may have to cut back. Some of it we may have to redirect. We may have to restruct this somewhere. We may need to just, okay, I need to cut back, or I need to do this or that. But what I'm trying to say to you is, if we're stressing and fretting about it constantly, which it's natural. I know you go, oh no, what am I going to do about this financial problem? It's money is energy. Remember your law of attraction. Remember that what we're focusing on is what we want, not what we don't want. So when we say that, it's like, well, I'm just going to think about having all this and it's going to flow in. No, there's going to be steps where you take action. Some of those steps in action, in a way to balance some of that, is to change some of the stuff you do now. Some of it would be, okay, I need to pull back here and I need to quit focusing and worrying about that and just find a way to bring it into something else. And that's where we do it now. And I know that sounds like you've probably heard that before, but it truly is an energy. It's an energy exchange. Where's the flow of energy exchange going? If you look at it that way, it takes away the, okay, I don't know how I'm going to figure this out. Because some of the fear things that are going on out there can just really wreck you and make you feel like you can't go anywhere and do anything. And at the same time, we empower ourselves by where we're focusing. So in general, that's a quick answer because we have to go. But what I want to say to everybody feeling a lot of these fears right now, ask Archangel Michael to take the fears away, whether it's related to that, money, or related to a relationship, or related to anything else you may have going on. Ask him to take the fears away so you can clearly see what you can do to be a participant in moving it in a different direction. So sometimes we just have to go with it. Sometimes we just have to be patient. Sometimes there's just these shifts that happen, but at the same time, there's also something we can learn. So I know that's a really general answer, but I wanted to bring that out. I did see a glimpse of that somewhere out there, and I wanted to make sure I addressed it because we have to go. I want everyone to know that you're important and everyone is worthy and deserves a life that they love. But sometimes we're so afraid to make choices and change something that we feel like, what am I going to do if I get rid of that? Or what am I going to do if I do this? And now we feel like we're just so stuck. So Cancer season is a heartfelt, emotional energy. Archangel Gabriel is here to help us with that. Remember, strength of God to find the answers we're looking for with the Neptune retrograde going on. And then if you have any fears that are just causing so much stress and strain where you feel stuck and frozen, ask Archangel Michael to just help you lift it. If you don't work with angels, that's fine. They're not upset if you don't do that. I just want you to know this is beautiful energy from the universe that's here to help us. So I want to thank each and every one of you. I want to thank you all for your support for the show. I'm going to let you go because we've gone way past time. I know, and I know everybody's got to get back to whatever they're doing. So I just want to say a big thank you to all of you for joining us today. And we will see you next time on the Jenn Royster Show. Namaste.
You've been listening to the Jenn Royster Show, intuitive guidance to inspire your life. Dr. Jenn Royster is an internationally known intuitive counselor, spiritual teacher, and energy healer. Imagine having the ability to use your innate positive energy